Hello guys, this is my first video and I'm going to be showing you guys a little tier list on every single unit in Retro Tower Defense that I personally own. As you can see, I own all of these. I do not own Noli, so I will not be giving a ranking on him, but on all of these I'll be giving a ranking today. Okay, so first of all, I'll be starting off with the starter units. Windforcer can get an F, to be honest, because the Windforcer is a really good unit and it's never really used, just like the Bloxer. You can use it if you don't have Paintballer, but I really suggest you having Paintballer instead of Windforcer. Next up is Paintballer. Paintballer for a starter unit, I'd say it's probably like a C, but higher, or maybe a D, but higher. I wouldn't really say because it's just not that good of a unit. Next up is probably the Bloxer, which is going to join the Windforcer and F because they're both just bad units to start off with in the game. The Sniper is also going to be going into the D tier because the Sniper is just not that good of a unit. It really doesn't have that good of stats, and you really shouldn't use it. Just like the Bloxer or the Windforcer, which are just bad units in general. Next up is going to be the Pyromancer or the Flamethrower, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put him inside of D as well because in general it isn't a very good unit, as you can see. The burn time is slightly good, but it's really not that good in general. Definitely because it doesn't have flying detection like some other units. Now for the freezer, I think I'm gonna put the freezer into a C, and only because it can temporarily slow down units. So it's really good for like early game playing, and also has flying detection, which is really good for if you don't have anything else for that. But you could just use Paintballer for that. Now we're going into the epic tier, which is way better than any of these guys. So probably the best epic there is, for starter at least, is the Bling Box, which I'm definitely gonna put in an A tier because it's a really good unit for starting off your game. You can place down two of them most of the time and just like wait until you can get one of your heroes up. And yeah, as you can see, very good stats. You might think it's bad because it doesn't have as good stats as this, but this is also like, yeah, I don't know how to explain. It's just this is better. And then there is the farm, which is definitely getting an S tier because it's mandatory for playing this game if you want to get good at the game. As you can see, it gives you 1.5k every wave, and you can place three of them, so that's 4.5k in total, which is really good if you want to play this game. I definitely recommend having this tower. Then the pistoler, I'm going to put in a B tier because it's kind of the worst version of Rocket. The pistoler has some decent stats. The damage actually goes down, which is kind of weird, but I'm not gonna comment on that. The cooldown is really good, definitely if you have some helper robots or helper bots. They make it 0.5, I'm pretty sure, or 0.05, I mean, which is really OP, but the reload is also just really bad. So I recommend you just like use Rocket if you don't. If you have Rocket, use Rocket. If you don't have Rocket, use Pistoler. Next up, Rocket is definitely also getting a tier because of the stats and it having a explosion size is really good. The minimum range is so a stat that I don't really like understand that well, but all the other stats definitely explosion size and it having all the detections is makes it in general a very good unit to use. I definitely recommend using it if you want to get far into this game. Next up is the hyper laser, which I'm gonna put in, I think, high A tier because it's definitely a good unit, but it can be swapped out for poison. So they're kind of like the same thing basically. but hyper laser, good, very good stats. This can get like cut down to like 2.5, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, with the helper bots. So it's a really good unit. Definitely put it on strongest though. That's a tip I'm gonna give you. Onto the legendaries, we have helper bot, which is gonna get a high A tier because it's really good, but it's like I mean, yeah, it can get a low S tier or a high A tier, but because it's just a boost tower, those are always good, just like the farm. It's a boost tower, so they're always good. As you can see, some decent stats. Cooldown boost is actually like really good. And I'm gonna give you another tip for him, for them. If you're gonna place three of them, make two of them level 4 and one of them level 5, because then it's the best path to get everything in the game to its like max potential without wasting like another 20k on upgrading two more of them to level 10. I mean level 5. Then there is the poison, which I'm gonna put in high A tier. I mean, you can really enter, like, you can change these out if you don't have either one of them, but they're both really good to use at, like, the end of the game when the better things start popping up. Then we have I'm gonna do Doomspire first. Doomspire is, to be honest, not that good of a tower. High C tier is all I'm gonna be able to give it because it's just the starter. It's just the basic unit that people have after completing the tutorial. So if you have it, good for you, but it really isn't good in the game anymore. If you have the chance to use either of these, I think they're slightly better than him. Okay, Novice Mage, I don't know that much about because I personally don't use her, but I'm just gonna say that Novice Mage gets low B tier because let me look at the stats. The stats for Novice Mage are 600 to 13,000, so very expensive. 70 damage, 4 cooldown, 28 rage. 5 target is probably its best thing, and the spike radius being 1 meter is kind of confusing, but I guess it could be good for something, for hitting like two things at once, maybe. It does also have other detections, what makes it decent, but still not really that good. And now on to probably the best unit in this game, which is 4x right now. 4x is just all around a good unit. You can place it very quickly at the beginning of your game after waiting like a few waves, like 3 waves or something, you can place him. He has high damage, low cooldown, low ability cooldown, which is really good because his ability is just like two slashes sort of, and they do this amount of damage as you can see. Range is pretty good, and it has all the detections, so that makes it all around a very good unit to use. I personally use it in my loadout, and you should definitely use it if you have it, or if you want to grind for it, which you still have 3 days for. So be sure to grind for the 4x, and I'm gonna wish you guys all good luck with actually grinding for all of these units. I hope you can get them all before they go. Definitely the 4x and maybe the mage, but I don't know if it's that good on its last level. I wouldn't be able to tell you. So this is the total ranking of every single unit in the game, in my opinion. If you have a different opinion, be sure to leave it down below in the comment section, and I'll say if you're right or you're wrong. But this is my opinion as a high level player. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna go now. So bye. This is a quick post note. I'd probably put Noli like, but with the I probably put Noli with the mage, but that's really up to you guys. So debate me on that. Bye guys.